First, I'm gonna open the new ASC, but not cut the wires. That brand new ASC. I don't think you really need this. I mean, it didn't have one factory. I must have forgot to put it on. And then the new motor. Same one. But not gonna lie, don't remember how to put this together. I'm just gonna go in and see what happens. Okay, so first, I'm going to have to this one. I think it's this one. Take off these screws for the plugs. And you might be wondering, how the heck do you remember where all these screws go? Oh, it's because honestly, I don't remember. I had to go look into the booklet that came with the car, and it shows you how everything is built. It's this one. This one, it comes with the car, and right here it'll show you all the parts that are needed for the car. And I got lost on these screws and these screws, which are right here. So I just looked at the heads of the screws to match where they go, and yeah, that's how I put it back together. So that's a good book to have in there. Okay, so now you can remove this. It's just a simple little piece of plastic, and it's pretty stiff, so that's good. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember how he's going. Something like this. Drop them in. Oh, it's the other way. See, they are directional, so that's good. You can just fold that right there, and then pull it through, and there you go. See, and now it won't go anywhere unless you push it back out, and then slide it out. The wires go through here, line it up, and then pull through. That's where it'll stop. And then the same thing goes for the other one. Put the wires in, pull through. And you just put this back in there like that. This is for so you can connect it into the receiver. I'll do that in a sec, because I gotta take off these two little covers right here. So for this part, you would grab the same Allen key or hex key, whatever you call it. Undo. There's two caps. And should come off now. There you go. Do not lose this little blue rubber seal. That's what keeps the water out of going into the receiver. Now, you want to be careful plugging this in, because I made the mistake of doing it wrong. Plugging these little wires in. I accidentally plugged it in backwards, and another vehicle fried all the electronics. So now I gotta rebuild that. Rebuild that in a future video. But the good thing is that it might just fry this thing. I'm not sure. I don't know. Now I gotta make sure, because it should be directional, because the other one, it was a cheap one. It was a DHK Shogun. It has this little flap right here, so it won't let you plug it in backwards. Remove it. I just searched it up, and it says to plug it into channel 1 or channel 2. It goes up, but 1 starts right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. When you're installing this, make sure you have the wire under the freaking roll cage, because if you plug it in, you're obviously gonna have to take everything apart. Well, unplug it again if you don't go that far. So this flap, there's like little cutouts right here. This should go in. I'll put it in 2. Okay, now I'm not gonna lie, I don't know why they made it like this. but oh crap. So you would think this wire is coming out this way. Okay, let me put it in this way. Nope, you gotta put it in like this because the button's right here and you turn it on through the back over here. So if it was like this, you couldn't turn it on because there's a little plastic cover right here that are the drivers. So you have to plug it, you have to install it this way. Okay, so now I am going to plug in the lights. So this is the wire for the lights because this one came in with the light bars. They used to not come with them. Now they do, unless it's like a specific package that you would buy. But for that, you would have to take off this cover, and before you plug it into the actual ESC, you gotta put it through here. Okay, it's gonna go in like this. Then you want to grab the ESC, and then plug it in right there, those little spikes right here. Right there. That's what that goes. And then from there, you just want to slide this cover back on. Okay. So now just make sure it's not pinching any of the wires and what it just did right now. I'm back. Okay, so where was I? So I just plugged this back in, the light bars. So now, so they are offset. Like you can see kind of like a little offset right there. So that's so you can do it right. So see, like I don't think I'm doing it right there. So it's this way. There you go. Now, just I'm gonna put those screws back in so I don't. Turned it around so you guys can see a little better. So yeah, those are little two holes that I told you about. So now they were these screws. I remembered. Grab that same Allen key. Put them on the stick. On the stick. On the Allen key. And this is how I hold them in because sometimes the magnet is not the best. Alright, so now I'm going to put the screws that go right there, which also hold the cap in. And they were, see, now I lost them. Oh, there were some really long ones, yeah, I remember now. Because I gotta go all the way through that. So. Okay, that's it. Now okay, that's it on this piece. It's all put in, everything's plugged in. Okay, we're good. Now for the motor. Alright, so I had to remove all this. I'm gonna remove the battery tray. The battery cover. Put that aside. And then I also had to take off this, which is for the motor. So you would have to put the motor through here. Just put 2 screws in, and then the pinion goes on there. It comes stock with the 27 tooth pinion, so that's cool. All right, you're about to hear a bunch of noise in the background because my parents just got here. So the reason I have this paper is when you put the pinion should be already on, but when you put the motor in, you want a little gap between the pinion and the actual, I forgot what this gear is, but it's what drives everything. So you want to put it in between and run it a little bit so it goes all the way through, and this little gap will this little paper will create the gap that you need so you won't you won't wear out the teeth on the gears, because they do not require any grease. Okay, so I am going to put on the Now there is 4 screws, so you have to kind of determine which way it goes. And the wires went in, they go into here. These wires go into this little hole right here so they can connect into the ESC through the inside. So you want them to point sideways so that way you don't bend them all out. So you want them sideways, and this was alright. So I kind of determined that the furthest it could go is to the point where the wires are kind of pointing down almost, because these 2 screw holes have to be facing up like that. These are straight up. Now you put it in, and then these 2, you see how it's countersunk right there? These 2 screws are for that. So you put them in. Get the Allen key actually. So they should look like that. They're in, and this is solid. Now hopefully they won't back out because I didn't put any Loctite. We didn't have any in the first place, so I don't think you need to. Now you have to put the pinion in. So there's a pinion. Just slide it in, and the shaft has a small flat spot so that this little, you can barely see it, but it's right there. Yeah, you can see it right there. So that's that flat spot. So this little screw right here, don't know what they're called, that's what holds it in. And then you put it on. Now you need a little gap right here between that, or else it's gonna rub, and you need to align it with this screw. So what I gotta do, I'm gonna do it off camera because it's gonna take forever with doing it on camera, so I'll come back when it's in. Alright, so I got it on. The way I did it is just put it back in and kind of aligned it with this gear right here. So now what I gotta do is do that little paper trick that I was talking to you about. Put it in. Well, actually, I don't even think you need it on this UDR because of the bracket. But now you just spin the tires. That's fine right there. So now, gotta put in the screws. Long one goes right there, and there's 3 screws for this mount. There's this one, these 2, and then there's one all the way down there, right there. Now I gotta get the Allen key to help me put it down. And I'll come back when it's done. Alright, so I got them in. Perfect. Alright, so now I'm gonna put these wires in so that they don't get in the way. There you go. Now they're in, so I'm going to put this cap. This is the one that goes right here. So let me take off the screws real quick, and I'll come back when I'm done. Alright, so I'm done with that. That's the cover. Now I gotta put on the plate that goes right here, which is this one. Now at first I thought you were supposed to put this off because I thought it was like one piece going under here, but you don't. It just has this little lip right here. See that? You gotta be careful with that. So I'll show you how to put that in. Let me just take off these screws real quick and I'll come back. Alright, so now I got that done, and I gotta put on my plate. This bottom plate. So like I was saying, you see this little lip right there. You gotta kind of slide it under. Just put it in and then slide it forward so it slides under there. There you go. It should go in perfectly. Now just put on all the screws. So I'll come back when that's done. Alright, now that's all in, so everything's fine. It doesn't come off. Just put the battery tray back in real quick. Kind of trying to hurry up because I gotta be somewhere in a little while. So let me just turn around the car and put the rest of the stuff back on. Alright, I'm back. So I got that done. So now I gotta plug in this so it's white to white, black to black, and blue to blue. It's pretty easy. They're soft. It's just you gotta get your hands in there. Okay, I thought they were soft. Alright, I'm gonna have to do this off camera because I can't do it. I'll come back. Alright, so I got those in. I retract my previous statement. They are pretty freaking hard to put a plug in. Plus, got giant hands, so I can't put them in this bottom or anywhere else. But I got it in. So now, I'm going to make sure everything's plugged in. I think everything's done. And then I'm gonna connect in some batteries before I put in this driver's part. And this is the top of the roll cage. Take it off so I can take out this. So I'm gonna plug in some batteries and see if it works. Alright, so I got the batteries plugged in. Turn on the radio and push the button. Should turn on. Got battery, got lights, and I finally got throttle. We're good. Holy crap. Gotta hold it and we got throttle. Alright, we got everything working. So let's go. I'll upload a video tomorrow probably. Me testing it out, see if everything works and it doesn't break again. So yeah, so I'll see you next time, and thanks for watching. Bye.